not a... We're into the white oak now, friends. Down there, the earlier stuff you saw us cut, the elm, a little bit of gum, but mainly there was elm and that. He wasn't too concerned about being too pretty with it. It's going down. We're creeping into the white oak now. You want to try and make it as best you can. Everybody knows it. The wind is ripping. It's actually not good. No. It's blowing hard right against us. Look at this, Luke. It's going that way. So this tree's leaning hard. I may even have to lay that up there. We'll see. So I'll probably yeah, let's look at the stump. Oh yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I think what I'll do with this is get rid of this guy, and then I'm not sure what I'll do. I'll have to have a look at the stump. Maybe I'll go down real low, maybe I won't. We'll see. This thing's leaning. When I don't have a tree running away on me, like we had a breeze back, we knew, we knew it wasn't going to leave, but that's not true. Wind can swirl, and a tree can leave at any time on a hinge like that, even though you think it's hard back, and it was. But think about this for a minute. Think about this. I'm talking about manipulating wood now. So I cut that marm off so that I could deal with, this wasn't even in it, right? That's not wood cut off. That's that school marm that I cut off there. This is the actual hinge, okay? So that was lovely. That was a hard lean, but I will tell you the win there was the back cut first. It was the win. This would have been so hard if I had to put an undercut in this thing and put my back cut and started beating in behind my bar. It would have been a hard bang. Once you got that hinge cut up, you're now lifting. You're not lifting anything. You're not trying to lift and break some back plate on it. This here, my friend, if anything, what just happened here, stick that in your memory banks. Stick that in your memory banks. 4 hours since our last touch up, and the chain's looking really good, but I just felt a chatter, and here it is. Luke, can you envision that?
Oh, yeah.
I've knocked the corner right off it somewhere, but it's the only one, and that other one that had a little bit of top plate trouble. Working corner, gone. That will chatter. You will feel it instantly in your chain. Now to get this out, you do have to take a fair bit. Not a ton there, it's back to working order now, but I don't have a flat file with me.
Right.
I know that this is gonna be a little high now, so I'm gonna take an old school program here, and I'm just gonna put my finger in front of this. I'm just taking this down. Not like the others, just a little bit, Luke. See that?
Yep. Just to even it
with
out
the flat
others.
file, because I know I had to take that down.
Yeah.
That tree is cut up. I'd like to slash that right across there. You know, friends, as the aftermath, welcome to you if you're new on this channel, Buck and Billy Ray Smith's YouTube channel. I'm grateful to have you. We just come out of that event at the TCI. What a trip that was, friends. I really didn't know what to expect there. Most of you know I'm not your bells and whistles guy. I'm old school, but have been in the game for a while, and it is so neat to meet all the young and up-and-coming tree men and women, and that event was such a blast. But back to the cutting here. That one tree, I think it was the first tree we started cutting, where we cut that school marm off and put that back cut in. Friends, that tree had to go there. It had to go down. It wasn't just fall it into its lean. Sometimes you got to work for it. So you got to make a plan. And the back cut first really is really handy in smaller leaning trees where you don't have room for wedges. That's the idea. So you put your back cut in, slam a wedge. Now you've lost nothing but gained everything. Do you guys cutters, do you understand what I mean by that? You gain everything, because once you break a front plate, if I had broke that front plate on that big white oak, I'd have been fighting that. And you know, you can do a little narrow undercut, like a little teeny, go in just beyond the flare and do one of those, these, but you're still, it's going to be a pound. It's going to be a pound. And you've broke the front plate. So I call it the no loss cut. There's no catch up. You're actually ahead of the game. There was some comments in yesterday's video about how do you line up your cuts on that. Well, it's actually just the same. So if you're putting a cut, and this is to the guy that asked the question, I'll answer this right now for you. Put your back cut in level. Just put it in level to the horizon. I'm a little slanted. I think when I got smacked, my equilibrium got knocked off, because I'm sometimes a little slanted. I got to really focus in if I want to make a flat stump. Like I'm talking not like this, like dead square flat. So if you go in dead square flat in the back and pound your wedges, you come out to the front, you look at your kerf, and you go in dead square flat in the front, you're going to line up. That's just physics. So if you're utilizing that back cut first, your worst scary thing is cutting your corner off. Because if you cut one of those corners off, the close one or the far one, it's gone. It will leave over your shoulder into the timber. Out in the bush, not a problem. It'll be a time-consuming waste of time, but in a residential setting, you don't want to do that. So that was a technique I learned in small timber, cutting small timber. Instead of back cut and then letting the undercut and letting everything lay back and smack it with stuff. That's a bad habit. Regardless, just happy and grateful to be anywhere on the planet still. Today, friends, I'm going to visit a dear friend of mine who's been smashed up. I haven't talked about it much here. Yeah. So I'm hanging out with the guy that packed me out of the bush all them years ago, and we're going to visit my buddy. He's in the hospital right now. He took a bit of a beating, so we're going over to see him today. It's torrential downpour, and I just have a lot of gratitude today, and that you're here. Actually, all the newcomers. I'm seeing newcomers come into the channel still, which is pleasing. It's very nice to see you, and we're happy you're here. Anyways, I could shoot on, but I'm going to end this here now. Buck and Stock tickets. Friends, I'm so pleased to see that folks are picking up their Buck and Stock tickets. They're available on the website. It's just a bunch of people getting together. Peace, love, and power saws is the theme. I think this year's probably going to be the biggest Buck and Stock we've ever put on. So I'm excited. It's coming up in June next year. Make plans. Come and join us. It's going to be a blast. Anyway, to our members, love yous. Catch you all in the next video. Work hard, be honest, and be kind to one another, friends. See you on the next one.